Hey guys, thanks for checking out another video with Angel and I. So it is first part of February. Spring is coming, so this is what we do every year. We kind of get fat in the winter like everybody else for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and everything. So this is actually, we started the first week of January to start getting into the weight loss and start preparing for spring. We do this every year. So our goal typically in the year is, once summer hits, is to be able to do 10 to 15 miles in a day. We kind of do like a long run day or a long hike day, either a Saturday or a Sunday, one day a week. So this is kind of how we lose the weight to get there, and the prep that we do to be able to do 10 or 15 miles in a day. So the biggest part about it, the hardest part, is to change your taste buds. I mean, you're used to the steak and the French fries and the fast food and the turkey from Christmas and all of that. So that dullens your taste buds. So taste buds do change out about every 10 to 14 days. So if you can get over some of the nasty tasting vegetables and that kind of stuff, well, some people love them. I'm not a huge fan. But if you can get over that for about 2 weeks, then everything actually starts tasting good again, even your vegetables. So that's kind of what we do, is to break that habit. So I do 2 smoothies a day. This is my breakfast smoothie, and then we'll do a lunch smoothie, and then I'll eat something light for dinner, and then we do double workouts. So like today will be a half-hour run on the treadmill or a half-hour walk, wherever you happen to be, and then after work it's going to be an hour-long cross-country ski for us, or snowshoeing or whatever. But we try and double workout. That really helps to get you gain faster, and we do that 3 to 4 days a week is how we do it. So I'm going to walk you through. This is a typical workout day. So this is breakfast. So I'll do a smoothie every day for breakfast during the work week. This is what we use here, Ninja Professional 900 watt. Okay, I've used some lesser ones. We've been doing this for years, and so I've used some lesser ones, and they don't cut it. They don't mix hard enough. You need something that has the higher wattage. Because what I like to do is have a colder smoothie in the morning and in the evening. It's just easier to drink. So what I'll do is I'll use frozen fruit, usually almost always organic if I can find it. The reason I use it frozen is because that, instead of using ice cubes, then this essentially works as my ice cubes too. So I'll use a variety. This happens to be a fruit salad blend. Sometimes I use blueberries, strawberries. Sometimes we just freeze bananas, okay, and then use those. Okay, so what is that, about 2 cups, cup and a half in there maybe? I like to, every one of my smoothies, I do throw in a half a jalapeno. I like a little bit of gusto in there. And then I do also have chunked up bell peppers, a variety of different colors, try and get the colors of the rainbow. So I throw a handful of those. Okay. I do have wheat germ here. I will do 1 tablespoon of wheat germ. Okay, I also do about half of a lemon cut up. I also do 1 teaspoon of bee pollen. You got to make sure and get the local bee pollen. This just helps you fight any allergies. I don't have allergies necessarily, and maybe this is why I eat this stuff and honey all the time. So I make sure and put that in there. Also, I use spirulina. You can get this at any co-op. You can get it online. It is expensive, but it is a superfood, kind of like chaga. So I do 1 teaspoon of that in my smoothie. And then the other thing I just recently found, I've already been adding these things, but Angel actually found this at Walmart. You can get, it's organic super seeds, chia, flax, and hemp. So I had been mixing those up into a Tupperware container, but I actually she found where you can get them as a packet, and they are organic. So I will put 1 of those in there. It just helps to speed everything up. Maybe. And at first this takes you a little time to get everything cut up and get your quantities right, but after you do it for like a week or 2, it's just bing, 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 fast, So we'll go ahead and shake that down. Okay, we'll add some water in here. Okay, put the grinder, see that's just what mulches everything up. And this is what I'll end up putting it in. Okay. So how I do it is I'll pour about half of that or a little bit less into the container I'll actually drink it from. So then the second part of this, I will actually add frozen organic chopped up kale. Probably 3/4 of a cup, I suppose. This can taste overwhelming, so I won't put a lot in there. Then at this point, I will also add 1 scoop of protein powder. There's so many different protein powders out there. I give it a GNC, but of course there's a million places online. About 1.5 scoops is pretty typical for what I do. Okay, I'll add a little more water in there just so it mixes easier. So really the key is getting away from your cereals in the morning, getting away from the sugars, getting away from the bacon and eggs, all that kind of stuff that tastes awesome, but it doesn't, you're not losing weight. So is it this? Okay, so that's how I do my breakfast one. Then this afternoon I'll show you my afternoon smoothie. The afternoon smoothie I pretty much gagged down because there's a lot of broccolis and more kale and less fruits in there. Fruits are high sugar, so I tend not to do those on my second one. But it makes a huge difference. So my goal here is to lose about 25 pounds by spring, which I should be able to do, which is pretty typical. Again, we do the exercise involved in this too, whether you're walking, we're running. You eventually, if you do start walking, you eventually will get up to the running, and then again we'll cross country ski after work. So I'll suck this down and we'll show you the afternoon one here shortly. Alright, so I just got done with the 30-minute jog. So for you guys coming at this, here's how I look at it. I'm coming at this at the angle that you can already jog 5K or 3.1 miles. If you can't, check out an app. It's called Couch to 5K. That'll help get you up to speed to be able to do a steady 30-minute jog. So that being said, kind of what Angel and I do, we've been doing this for years, is we try and prepare for spring by running. What we've done for years is once spring and summer comes, we always have a long run day, which is usually Sunday. So we try and actually prepare for being able to do a half a mile or a half a marathon or even a full marathon. That's kind of the mindset that we have. So you got to have some sort of mindset going into it of what you want to accomplish. So we have that mindset because all throughout the summer we like to do destination runs on Sunday, long run day Sunday. So we find a new spot that we've never been. We'll go to that spot and we might do a 12 or a 14-mile run. You know, it's just a lot of fun. So the angle that we have this year is we moved from central Minnesota to northern Minnesota. So instead of doing long run days like we've been doing, we have the opportunity to do long hike days into the Boundary Water Canoe area. We're actually right on the edge of 4 million acres of Superior National Forest. We have so many miles of hiking to do. So that's the mindset that we're going into this. So first thing in the morning is the smoothie. Lunch is also a smoothie, which we'll show you next. It's to lose that weight, to be able to do those long distances. If you don't get the weight loss off, you're doing long distances or you're doing 5K runs, 10K runs, you're going to get injured. I mean, you're going to have IT band issues. You're going to maybe pull a muscle in your calf or Achilles tendon issues. I know I've had all of those. So the key is to get that weight off. So that's part of the smoothies. That's part of the slow jogging every day for a half an hour. And then that's also a big part of our afternoon workout, which we'll show you coming up here too. So yeah, that's kind of how we're looking at going into it. And we've been doing this, like I said, for years. At one point in our life, we did actually used to own a gym, so we've been exposed to all the different people throughout the years. I think we had a staff of maybe 5. It's not like we were a huge gym, but you know, we had a personal trainer, and we've been around them our entire adult life, so we have a pretty good understanding of how to go into this, how to get ready for the half marathon, full marathon, just to be ready to do it. It's not that we want to do it. And I don't really care about my speed as much as about the consistency. So it's being able to do a straight half-hour run, jog, a straight hour run, straight 2-hour run and even 2.5 is kind of the goal that we try and get to. But you do get to the point where eventually it's almost like meditation. You look forward to it. Once you're
doing it for a while, it's not difficult anymore. You kind of go over this hump. The beginning is just like the straight up hard, this sucks. And then you just get over that, and then pretty soon, it's not even hard. You just expect to do it, and you look forward to doing it every single day. The other thing too I gotta say is not to push it. So how I look at doing this, again, coming into the mindset that you can already run 3 miles or do 5K, is as you're increasing your distance, I try to increase it about 10% every 2 weeks, sometimes 3, depending on how your body feels. So that way, it usually takes about 2 weeks for your body to adjust or adapt to that distance that you're doing. And then once your body adjusts and adapts, it's no longer difficult like it was when you first started. That's when you need to crank it up 10%, do it another 2 weeks, crank it up 10%, 2 more weeks. So after a few months, you can see how quickly you start gaining that distance. And then, like I said, by increasing your distance, doing it that way, you know, it gets easy to a point, and then you actually fall into a comfort zone where you might consistently run 6 miles a day, and it's not even really difficult because your body's used to it. So yeah, I hope that gives you some idea of how we deal with this. So all right, time to go make my lunch smoothie. All right, so it's lunchtime. I'm lucky enough to have an awesome job where I get to work from home, so during lunch is when I'll make my lunch smoothie. So again, this is part of my weight loss program. I don't know how much of a program it is. It's what I do. This is what I use though, just like I showed you this morning, the Ninja Professional 900 watt. That's key. We've used junky ones before and they just don't grind stuff up enough. So I just kind of use a mix of what I have in the fridge. Angel does a lot of her grocery shopping, so I'll usually send her with a few things that I want. And so yeah, I'll go ahead and start putting it in. So I do put in some organic beets, just a few of these. I'm not a big fan of beets, but I know they're good for me. They'll kind of make my smoothie taste like dirt, so I try not to put too many of them in there. I will always put half of a jalapeno. I like it a little bit on the spicy side. A handful of bell peppers. These are my colors, my yellows, my oranges, my reds. I already cut up, just a handful and a half. What's that, maybe a cup and a half's worth, I suppose. Then I will do some more kale, frozen kale. So I like my smoothies kind of cold, so I like to put frozen stuff in too when I can. Is that maybe a cup of kale? Yeah. Alright, so then I do have some frozen organic broccoli. Put maybe a cup of that in there. That's too much. Okay, that's good. And then I will usually chop up a carrot. I'll use this one. I'll put that over there. I'll just cut the ends off. And I'll just chunk it just so that it gets in there better. Okay, so it's kind of getting high there, so I'll just add some water and then I'll grind it down a little bit and keep adding. So I do this every day for lunch, except on the weekends. We travel every weekend, so we're usually packing lunch, so P&Gs or whatever. We just try and eat healthy when we can, but it's pretty impossible on the weekends. So I'll just start mushing it up. Alright, so that's the first half. Usually it takes about 2 of these to fill up my container. So I'll take half of it, put it in there. I'll leave some in here just so there's a moisture base. I missed a beat. Alright, so for the second half, what I'll do, I have a cucumber here. I'll end it. Not a huge fan of the peel itself, so I'll take off about half the peel. And you're supposed to not cut toward your body like I am. You're supposed to cut towards a buddy, but I'm not very good at that. Good enough. One more. So what I'll do is I'll just chunk it up, and I'll keep half of it. Okay, because I'll actually eat half of that. So we're going to put that in there.
We're going to do a handful of spinach. Okay, we're going to do about a tablespoon of wheat germ. Wheat germ. A little bit more water. Okay, with broccoli like this, it can be kind of stringy too, so I'll actually let this one sit on the mulcher for quite a while. Okay, so that fills that up. But the other thing I do, so that's good and done. I'll shake it up and we're good. The other thing I do to keep from feeling like I'm starving to death after I drink this is that's why I kept half this cucumber. I'll chow on that, and kohlrabi. I love kohlrabi. If you're not familiar with kohlrabi, you can get it at the, I think I got this at Super One or Cub Foods or something, but they're essentially like, kind of like a radish, except they don't have the spice as a radish. So you'll peel it just like an apple, just to get the tough outer skin off, and then I'll eat it like an apple. I love kohlrabi. So then every time I go to the grocery store, they're like, "Sir, what is this?" As they're ringing it up, because they never had a clue. But I love kohlrabi. I probably eat 3 or 4 of these a week, maybe even more. Alright, that's it. That's my lunch special that I do probably 5 days a week. Alright, so we're getting ready to go ski, so just a little bit of dinner, just really a baked potato, about a tablespoon of butter to actually make it taste like something, asparagus, and that we'll call dinner.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates, maybe. Mission control.
Alright, so there we go. So that is the day in the life. We do this specific workout 3 times per week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So yeah, smoothie in the morning, half-hour run, smoothie for lunch, and then we ski for a good hour. So usually when we ski for an hour, it's a good 3.5 miles, I suppose. Something like that. So typical routine, 3 days a week, and then in the off days, on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's usually like a stretch day or runner's yoga. We do runner's yoga here and there. That helps to really get you stretched out so you don't get injured when you run or when you wipe out on these hills. So that's usually like a Tuesday, Thursday. And we still ski a lot of times on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's no big deal to ski 5 or 6 days a week because it is a lower impact sport. It's the running, though, that we try and limit to 3 days a week, maybe 4. So yeah, so that is the day in life of what we do getting ready for spring, so we can do our miles and miles and miles of hiking, so that we don't feel it as bad. So yeah, hit subscribe, bottom right there. You know, if a lot of people that watch this, and I've come to actually realize this, that about 90% of the people that watch our videos actually are not subscribed. So if this is the type of content you like, hit subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Flatlanders Go on Facebook. Hit like there, and we shall see you on the next one.